So what you find in that dynamic is that someone remains unaware of their own doubt, their own disbelief. Subsequently, that is projected onto the other, and then we feel it's the other that doesn't believe, and then we become ever more obsessed with the fact that we have the truth and we have to convert others. And in that dynamic, you see that someone remains unaware of their own doubt, and they would be completely convinced that they have the truth, the unwavering truth, and that they have the unwavering belief in that truth. And in that way, we remain unconscious that it is us that are in great doubt, you see? And this is the way that we can achieve to keep unaware of our own shadow, of our own doubt. And for instance, I would say that it's perfectly okay to doubt. It doesn't mean that you are not a good believer. It would actually make you a much better believer, because it would make you engage in more research to deal with those uncertainties, you see? But that is an example of how we project onto others our own doubts, which makes us engage into ever more behavior of trying to convert others, and then not realize that it isn't the other that is doubtful necessarily, but that I am doubting. You see, and we find this dynamic in the way parents deal with their children, but we find it also, for instance, political parties that would tend to see in the other party exactly what they are actually feeling about themselves, but remain unaware of. And today, the case that I really need to make is that it is possible to deceive yourself and to remain completely unaware of your own issues, and in the process engage in ridiculous ways of controlling and convincing others of things that we are really deep down not believing or living up to or doing. And the central idea of this series is to give true content to the idea that we are what you call eyes wide shut, that we are awake and still dead asleep with regards to our own issues, and that dynamic operates and becomes ever more powerful because we are always focusing on the other. It is possible for a whole country to set up control mechanisms, laws, processes to control others, while because there are no mechanisms to self-control, that the profoundest issues of corruption and ethical problems remain unchecked. It is possible. To this day, we still believe that it is that the control mechanisms external to us will in some way achieve to fix the problems that we're witnessing, which are problems of extreme corruption and morality. And we keep caught in the saying that Einstein said, that you cannot fix problems problems that were created on one level of consciousness with the same level of consciousness, with the thinking coming out of the very level of consciousness that has created these problems. And the problems that we are witnessing are all based on a problem of self-awareness. People are not aware of their own issues, and then we get that the teacher wants to teach the students, the medical doctor wants to heal the patient, the lawyer wants to help his client or her client, not realizing that it's the very professionals that are sick, in this sense, morally sick. They do not realize their own problems. Lawyers don't realize, for instance, that they make exemptions for themselves in the law while others are held accountable for these things. No one sees their own darker areas. This is a very big challenge to truly explain this, because people don't understand this. They don't understand, hence, that it's almost a cliche, but the man in the mirror, that it's about the man in the mirror and the woman in the mirror. Jesus said that we have to see the splinter in the eye. Don't look at the splinter in the eye of your neighbor, but look at the beam, the tree beam in your own eye. And that's what he meant. And I was recently listening to a song, Michael Jackson's song of Man in the Mirror, and I was just totally rocked at that he left that song. That was the most important song that he wrote, and we still do not realize this thing. We are still making the same errors of. I've been working for many years with teachers, and the teacher is heavily invested in teaching the student. And I've showed in so many workshops, in so many lectures and programs, that the teacher is the problem in his or her own process. And no teacher feels that they are in need of development, growth. They feel